found? Guess what? Guess what I found, lovies and loves? And I've got my new mirror. It's clean. I just have to write down the new names. So here we go. My loves and lovies. Thank you, Pajamas and Trevor. Do you really mean you'll help me? Trevor, come online with me. Okay, ready? Guess what I found? I did. I found it. Which way should I put this? Orient. Oh, I have to do it this way? Oh, boy, oh boy. These thingies that are supposed to hold an iPhone up just don't work. So I'm leaning it up. It is chilly down here. Holy. Oh, and guess who's down since I found the book of Annalese Micheal? Sophie. As soon as I was ready to go live, click, 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 down the stairs she comes. Look. Sophie, hi. Okay. If she starts going nuts during this reading, I'm really going to have to, That surgeon is the devil to me. Okay. You know I do my best with readings. Okay. This is where we leave off, where Annalese admits that she starts to see terrible things and terrible odors. And there's a playlist, and it says, I'm straightening my knee. It's cold down here. I was going to read it upstairs, but my mother's upstairs. I was going to read it by the salt light, but my mother's upstairs, and she's 74, and I am not disturbing her, ever. I love my mother. Upstairs, downstairs, I really think that's, yeah, okay. I'm just going to read. Okay. This is the name of a drug, and I do not know how to pronounce it again. This is the reading of Annalese Micheal, The Exorsicm of Annalese Micheal by Dr. Goodman. 3 minutes and 12 seconds in. Welcome to Royal Pushback Aftermath. My name is Lasha Rajenko. Please subscribe, like, and share. I will never have PayPal or anything like that. Ever. Ever. Pharmacologically, this is a drug of medium intensity. The active ingredient is PERICIAZINE. Now, I should have looked up what that was before I came online. That depresses the readiness of the brain to go into convulsions, because remember, they thought she has epilepsy. It dulls it. In other words, just like the Dilantin that Annalese was already taking, Annalese never went back to Dr. L. Now remember, Dr. L was not the same religion as Annalese, and because this was 5 or 6 years after the war, you cannot tell me the negative spirits weren't hanging around. Anyway, she may have felt very humiliated and too much put down. On November the 20th, without giving Annalese a new checkup, he wrote out another prescription for Dilantin. Dilantin. I'm going to talk to my pharmacist and find out exactly what that is. You can have nowadays, just to interject, nowadays you can do a full brain scan on whether somebody has epilepsy or not. I wish they had taken out her organs and everything. Do they take out the organs and put them back into the body when they embalm bodies? I have a family member that never wanted to be buried. And I feel so bad that he's in that box. I believe in cremation. I do. I didn't do that because I'm doubting myself. I'm doing that as I'm like, too bad if you don't like it. On November 20th, without giving Annalese a new checkup, he wrote out another prescription for her, following a telephone request, presumably by her parents. From then on, she went to specialists in Weisberg. After this visit to Dr. L, Annalese never again mentioned to any member of the medical profession the gruesome counteractions or the devils bothering her, or even the prediction about the judgment of fire to be visited on the whole world. Huh! Look at all the forest fires we've been having. I'm just playing devil's advocate or angel's advocate, angel's advocate. Can you imagine keeping all of that to yourself? Dr. Martin Keller, who had a long conversation with her later on, instead, she consulted them only for what she felt they were competent to treat: her depression, her headaches, the stench that was plaguing her. So intent was she on shielding her sacred world from the other one that we read in Dr. Leonard's interview with her, quote, somebody recommended Professor Strict to her, who promptly sent her here, unquote, that, quote, somebody, unquote, was Father Alt. And it is not hard to see the traits of her physicians in the demons she was trying to rid of. When they say the physician's traits, I'm imagining that means disbelief, or assuming that means disbelief. Because what does that mean? What traits? Well, we all know what's going on with her. There's a smell following her. I don't need to reiterate. My nose is itchy. It's not because I'm lying. I'm reading it right out here. And when people say they're lying, they always are. But I'm not. I just always justify myself, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. That's about as far as my eyes have ever opened in their life. When I'm 55, my eyelids are going to be hanging down to my knees. That I'll never get an eyelid lift ever. The first half of September 1973 was a busy time in the Micheal household. Oh, I'm sure it was. Anyways, there's a bunch of names here. They were helping in the household, but there was still a lot to do to get Gertrude, the other sister, ready for her job in Bad Schwalbach, where she would begin working for the Medical Missionary Service on September the 15th. I did not know that. Only Annalese was sitting around listening, not participating much in anything. You'd better start getting your things ready for Weisberg, her mother kept reminding her. I don't know whether I want to go. You better get your things ready for Weisberg. I really don't know if I want to go. What do you mean you don't want to go? Father Wells gave you a special recommendation in July already so that you could live in F Town, on the dormitory, on the first of the month. We went to Weisberg specifically to get that contract. All you have to do is register, Annalese. I'm sorry, the girl smells like wretchedness. The family notices it. Her hands grew like claws, but they didn't have a video camera because they probably couldn't afford one. Back in the 50s, my grandfather had a video camera, but we didn't live in Germany. My grandfather was a veterinarian and my grandmother was a school teacher. My mother grew up very wealthy. So did Janie and Margie. They had trips to Florida every Sunday. They had too much of an idyllic childhood, which, stay tuned. I have a ghost story I am not ready to share yet. I don't have time to watch Netflix. Netflix. Netflix for nitwits. I'm just kidding, because I'm a nitwit too, or Netflix wouldn't be flicking me. I don't know if I want to go. And then the mother went on and on. Your whole life, you wanted to be a school teacher, Annalese. You wanted to become a school teacher. Now it's before your nose, and you are just sitting there. Another girl would just jump at the chance. Oh, blow up, Anna. I simply don't feel well. Dr. Lovey's pills and drops are not helping me at all. They make me feel depressed and tired. And besides, didn't you hear him say that I shouldn't start this fall? He's right. I don't think I could sit through lectures and pay attentions and then if Dr. Lovey's medicine is all that useless, maybe we could talk to a priest about all of those things. Annalese. Well, we don't know any Jesuits, but Frau Hein thinks that Father Habiger, the pastor of the Mother of God parish in Auschlenberg, might be interested. I don't know. Does she know him? No. But Father Herman, that retired priest in the parish who sometimes travels with her to the pilgrim groups in San Damiano, she knows him. So she also knows Father H indirectly. So to speak, maybe Papa would go along too. And added coaxingly, to me, that sounds frickin' sarcastic. What had happened apparently was that Ty Hein had been talking busily to various members of the staff of the Mother of God parish about what had by now become one of her favorite topics. Father Roth was one of the young priests of the parish, had heard of the case weeks before the Micheals came to the call, and had talked to his friend, Father Alt, even before he saw the girl. The Micheals wrote several letters to Father prior to their visit. However, there is a little of these preliminaries in Father H's statement, which he made to the criminal investigator in October 1976, and he recalled it. One day in the summer of 1973, I am no longer sure of the date, the Micheals came to the parish from Klingenberg with their daughter Annalese to ask for my advice. I think they were sent to me by Frau Hein of Edenbach. In the course of a brief conversation at which a young priest associated with my parish, Father Roth, was also present, the Micheals told me that for some time now their daughter Annalese had problems that might indicate that she was possessed. They mentioned, for instance, that a pilgrimage to San Damiano, she had torn a rosary. During the same visit, I also talked with Dr. F.M. and had the impression that she was an entirely normal young girl, somewhat. It's a $50 word for quiet and shy in conversation. There was nothing that I could see that would indicate possession. At the conclusion of the conversation, I advised the Micheals to take their daughter to a physician to have her examined. I am not going that route again, Annalese pleaded and declared on the way home. Dr. Luthie's medication did not chase away the devilish beings. Why would some other specialist might know of better medication, Annalese, her mother tried to convince her. But Annalese remained adamant. And we will leave it there. That's 16 minutes. 16 minutes live takes an hour or two to upload. I don't know how Cheery Denise reads for an hour, and she's remarkable. She was going to read Matthew Perry's book, and she didn't, and she said, I'm not reading this pseudo recovery memoir. I do understand why she's saying that now, but I am still going to read it. I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock. Tomorrow will be a better day, and I did try to make the best of today, even though I felt sad but happy. Okay? Honesty is the best policy because the truth always comes out in the end. No matter what I say about Micheal Corcola, it's the truth, and it'll come out in the end. I just need to stay steadfast, compartmentalize the fall, the surgeries, the injustice. I'm doing something about it now. And I'm also doing something about these children of the King of England's grandchildren. It's BS, and I'm going to find out. And I mean that as a compliment. That was my Ukrainian rhythm. Do you know my dad used to be able to go on his toes and jump up like real Ukrainian dancing? When my Baba passed away, I put up a dance for her, and I was trying to do it like in a graceful way, but then I fell on my bum. And my auntie told me that when I dropped off Baba, and she's 98, young, living on this planet, when she passed away quietly and peacefully in her sleep. And she lived 15 years past my Dido. 13 years past my Dido. Almost 14. So, at any rate, I don't remember what I was going to say, so I will stop it there. Take care of yourselves. I took care of myself today the best that I knew how. I was so super excited last night about the job and everything. I always work, and it's always under the table, and this is a place where I worked before. I absolutely loved it, and this man gave me a chance, and I respected him from day one. So he'll never see this video either. He doesn't watch my videos. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. And again, subscribe, like, share. Does the algorithm a lot, and comments mean the world to me. Okay. Bye, everybody. Hi, Ian. I'm making a video. I am. I'm making a video. I'm going to call him right back. Oh, no, I do. Sophie didn't go nuts during this reading. Did you notice that? There was a gal who said that the dog went crazy, and she was right. The dog was going nuts, especially when I was going like, this is what's going on. You know what I should do with these Annalese readings is I should just clip out the parts that I actually just read, because I just blah, 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 blah. And that's okay. It's okay. До побачення.